So I've got a question for you. Do your marketing, communication and PR teams realise the full potential that your face-to-face campaigns really have for your charity? My name is Ross Wigan, and this is the Fundraising Partnership Podcast. I can see it now. There's a company-wide meeting introducing everyone to the newest TV advertising campaign. Everyone's excited. The senior team on the call, they're all talking about how much effort and thought has gone into every little detail, every word, every camera angle, to really present the charity's message in the best way possible. The marketing people on the call are all talking about how they really feel the brand exposure and the call to action will benefit the charity for years to come. However, whilst that meeting's going on and the TV advert is streaming live over the airways into thousands of people's homes, there's a knock at someone's door. That very same charity who spent all this time, all this effort on this TV advert, they've got a face-to-face fundraiser at that supporter's door. And that supporter just this second has watched the TV advert. What's going to have the bigger impact on that supporter? A beautifully produced TV advert, or a real person representing the charity at their door? That real person having an engaged conversation with them about the actual need of the charity, a person-to-person conversation, bringing emotion, compassion and empathy into this conversation. Both the TV and face-to-face, they've got huge plus points. But the face-to-face script and messaging probably hasn't had the same attention from the wider charity, and in fact many in the charity will have totally overlooked the importance of the face-to-face recruitment channel for marketing. The number of meetings, working groups and opinions that will go in to have a say in every little detail of the new TV advert. But will they have ever thought about having an opinion on face-to-face? Having managed face-to-face recruitment at Sue Ryder myself, I'm certainly not saying that I wanted all of those noses poking into my work. Definitely not, as I think many others in the charity would understand. I don't think everyone fully understands the nuances that face-to-face has and how to get the best out of the agencies and the fundraisers. I think everyone sticking their nose in would have made my job a hell of a lot harder. But my point is, these other teams and the wider charity don't seem to appreciate that what we do within face-to-face, we don't think they appreciate that it's as important, if not more important, than whatever you put out there on TV. These are real people out at your door representing the charity. We hear all the time from charity professionals across the industry that either their face-to-face activity or their lottery and regular giving are siloed. They're pushed to one side, not given the wider support of resources from the rest of the charity. Not only from marketing, but also from sometimes other teams in fundraising. With activity led by a charity's marketing team, they're going to deliberate over every tiny detail. They'll get other teams involved and evaluate the slightest increase in brand recognition over YouGov, and have data analysis support to justify their expense. Now, yes, it's up to the face-to-face managers and the teams running lotteries and regular giving to engage with those teams as well. But do those teams give face-to-face recruitment the same level of attention and the same priority that they give to other areas of marketing? I'm not saying that care and attention isn't given to face-to-face. I know firsthand from managing my campaigns, others who are managing face-to-face give their blood, sweat and tears to deliver outstanding results. My point is, do the other teams in our charities give the same level of attention? The the same detailed planning and the same analysis that they give to other forms of brand enhancing activity? Do they put our activity on the same level footing with other areas of their own marketing? I don't think they do. Charities across the industry can't give the same attention to face that they do to their TV adverts or their social media content. Otherwise, how are we letting some of the poor practices and poor fundraisers that we see from other agencies out there, those poor practices wouldn't exist, as charities would be on the ball and simply wouldn't stand for it. Those agencies wouldn't exist. I want to run through some numbers, okay? Just put this in perspective. A fundraiser who's going door to door, let's just say, could interact with 100 people in a day in some shape or form. Some of those would be wonderful, engaged conversations. Some of those would be a knock at the door and somebody saying, no, thank you, not today. Others would be people that they pass in the street as they're walking door to door. But let's say that they have a really great conversation about the needs of the charity with about half of the people that they speak to. So 50 people a day will get to hear what we hope is an outstanding representation of the charity, the amazing work that they do, and the need for the financial support from loyal donors. If you've got just 10 fundraisers working 5 days a week, you're talking about 250 genuine, passionate conversations every single day. That's 1,250 conversations every single week. If you've got 45 fundraising weeks in the year, let's take off a couple of weeks for bad weathers and holiday and sickness. You're talking over 56,000 beautifully constructed, passionate pitches about the need of your charity in that year. Now let's just think about the large charities who have 50 or 100 fundraisers out representing them. I think you get my point when I say that face-to-face allows charities unmatched access to one-on-one conversations with potential supporters. So I think the wider charity needs to give face-to-face the attention that it deserves. Amazing conversations not only lead to long-term quality regular givers or lottery players, but also the evidence clearly points to this. These conversations and the donors that are generated by face-to-face are generating a pipeline of legacy giving. We've got a podcast on this. We've got videos on our website about this very point. A legacy pipeline is being created by these wonderful conversations. Can we say the same about every other form of marketing activity? No, we can't. But are we giving face-to-face the same level of attention from other teams within our charities? No, it's not. I'm going to finish on a final thought. Face-to-face is an incredibly valuable tool for charities, and if done right, it will be the best and most profitable form of donor recruitment you could ever wish for. Charities need to look at working with their agencies, work with their internal teams to get the message across, to get the right materials created, and then to create a supported journey that is built around data, insight, best practice, and something that makes every interaction, be it a sign up at the door or not, we need to make sure every interaction that we have adds value to a charity's brand. We've got some podcasts on this, other types of information about supporter journeys, about data, insight, about additional gifts that come from these lottery and regular givers. So subscribe to the podcast. You'll get notified every time we upload new content. And potentially, why don't you share this podcast with others in your professional network? Thanks very much, and I hope to speak to you again soon.